Make this note and carve it into your consciousness. Don't become a victim of yourself. The world is filled with enemies, but none of them compare to the one that's quietly sitting inside your own skull. Everyone talks about protecting themselves from external dangers, from attackers, from manipulators, from toxic people. But the greatest threat is rarely the obvious one. It's the one you invite in every single day. It's not always the thief in the alley that's after your purse. Sometimes it's the thief in your mind that's after your promise. And that's far more lethal. You were born with potential. That's not motivational fluff. That's biological fact. You were born with wiring built for survival, adaptation, learning, creation, destruction, dominance. But you've also been conditioned. Conditioned to hesitate, conditioned to doubt, conditioned to self-sabotage. And if you don't wage war against that programming, it will quietly erode everything great inside of you. There's a version of you that's powerful beyond belief, focused, unstoppable, strategic, driven. That version exists, but there's a parasite living in your head, trying to silence it, trying to distract you with comfort, with anxiety, with overthinking, with excuses. Every time you delay action, every time you tell yourself maybe later, every time you avoid a hard decision, you feed that parasite, you give it strength, and slowly it begins to wear you down from the inside. You won't even notice it at first. That's how it works. It doesn't shout, it whispers, it talks in your voice. It sounds like logic, like protection, like being smart. But it's a thief, a liar, a saboteur dressed like a friend. This is where most people fall, not in battle, not in public, but in private, in the mirror, in their thoughts. They lose to themselves and then spend the rest of their lives wondering why nothing feels right, why everything seems to be missing. The truth: they never protected their promise. They let the internal thief rob them of everything before the world even had a chance. The war isn't just on the outside. It's not just your job, your competition, your haters, or your circumstances. The true war is internal. It's the one that happens when no one's around, when the lights are off, and you're alone with your own thoughts. That's where your real enemies show up. They don't come with knives or fists. They come with doubt, with fear, with the seductive pull of distraction, the comfortable lie, the mental loop that keeps you trapped in overthinking instead of doing. That's the real assassin. If you want to win in this life, truly win, then the first battle you fight every day is against yourself. The part of you that wants to coast, the part of you that wants to stay safe, the part of you that craves validation over evolution. Forget what the world thinks. Forget the people watching. You don't need permission to become who you were meant to be, but you do need to guard your mind like it's the crown jewel of your future, because it is. That inner voice, that voice has power, power to lift or power to destroy, and most people let it run wild, let it twist their potential into regret. But not you. Not anymore. You're going to sharpen that voice, shape it, train it. Make it your ally, not your enemy. How? Start by recognizing the lies. I'm not ready. A lie. I'm not good enough. A lie. They're better than me. A lie. What if I fail? A lie. That's the internal thief talking. That's the voice that doesn't want to see you rise because it feeds on weakness. Starve it. Replace it. Speak louder than it. Not with empty affirmations, but with action, with movement, with momentum. Every day you wake up is a new battlefield. And your weapons aren't motivation quotes. They're discipline, awareness, clarity, purpose, and relentless repetition of the right choices. You don't rise by inspiration. You rise by habit. You rise by destroying that inner thief brick by brick. Build your mental fortress. Wake up and go to war. Your potential isn't waiting forever. Every day you delay, that thief grows stronger. Every time you cave to your comfort zone, that thief sharpens its blade. But every time you choose discomfort, every time you move forward while afraid, every time you refuse to quit, you punch that bastard in the mouth. You weaken it. You starve it. You take back your mind. This isn't about pretending to be fearless. It's about acting in spite of fear. It's about recognizing that fear is part of the process, but it doesn't get to drive anymore. You are not your doubt. You are not your fear. You are not your past. You are the weapon. You are the resistance. You are the guardian of your own fire. You are built to fight. So fight. People talk about motivation, but what you need is vigilance. Constant, ruthless vigilance. Against distractions, against laziness, against complacency. The enemy doesn't sleep, and neither can your awareness. You want change? Then change your standards. Stop accepting mental weakness as part of your identity. Stop calling anxiety just who I am. Stop hiding behind your trauma as if it's a hall pass for mediocrity. You've bled. You've crawled. Now it's time to rise. This is the part no one wants to tell you. Your mind will betray you if you don't lead it. Your thoughts are not always your friends, and unless you command them, they will command you. This is mental warfare. You don't negotiate with doubt. You don't have coffee with your fear. You crush it. Every single time. And listen to me now. This is not just about mindset. This is about results. Real, tangible, world-changing results. If your inner world is fractured, your external life will mirror that chaos. But if your inner world is fortified, disciplined, sharp, unshakable, your outer world will bend to your will. So no more excuses. No more waiting for the right time. No more hoping that someday you'll magically wake up confident. That's not how it works. You build confidence by showing up broken and doing the work anyway. You build belief by taking action even when you're terrified. You grow strong by failing forward, by learning fast, and by refusing to quit. Make this the moment. Right now. This is the shift. This is where you choose to stop being a victim of yourself. This is where you take back your voice. This is where you fight the thief in your mind. Because your promise matters, because your future is real, because your potential isn't a maybe, it's a mandate. Fight like your life depends on it, because it does. And once you've silenced that inner thief, once you've starved it, buried it, burned it, you'll unlock a level of clarity and power most people will never know. You'll walk into rooms differently. You'll speak with weight. You'll move with purpose, because you'll finally be driven by truth, not by fear. The war will never stop, but neither will you. Victory isn't one battle, it's consistency. Discipline is your sword, awareness is your shield, and every step forward is a strike against the thief that once ran your life. Now go take it all back. There's a warrior in you, and it's time the world met them.